So we ordered from Pizza Hut tonight. Wow, that's crazy. Um, Poutine pizza. That was good, actually. I mean, you think about it. You hear poutine pizza. It sounds gross, but it's not. It's actually really, really good. First time I ever had pizza with French fries on it, but hey, it was good. Highly recommend it. Now, the other day, I was kind of ranting um, during one of my vlogs about people who don't obey laws and stuff and it happened this morning too. I was on my way to work and there was there was like don't walk, right? Like the little red hand was up. And this idiot in front of me went running across the street. Meanwhile, there was this car coming, almost plowed him down. And seriously, if it did, he deserved it. Like, come on. And then as soon as he got to the other side of the street, boom, it turned red. It turned green, right? Like the little walk symbol. Now, why? Like how much of a hurry did this guy have to be in to risk his life to arrive at the other side of the street 3 seconds, not 3 to 5 seconds before it went green? For what? I don't know, but I waited until it went green. I walked across the street and walked, and I actually caught up with the guy. Like, seriously. If he had waited, he'd still be at the same spot at the same time. Idiots. Yeah. Where you get the drivers. Okay. But he walks down the street and he got into a car and drove away. Now, he's probably the same, like when he's behind the wheel, he's probably one of those guys that yells and honks at people for walking across on a red light. You know what? You just did it yourself. You have no right to get mad at somebody else who does it. No right at all. Seriously. Seriously, man. Like, same goes with, these teenagers who do drugs, right? Or drink underage, underage drinking. They have kids of their own. The kids drink when they're underage. They have no right to get mad at them for it and tell them that they're doing it wrong, that they're doing something bad, and get mad at them and punish them for it because they did it themselves. Like me. Like me, for instance. I started smoking when I was 11. Sure. It started as a dare. One of my friends dared me to smoke a cigarette when I was 11. Sure. Stupid me accepted the dare and got addicted to it. You know, and smoked and smoked and smoked. Finally gave up. Finally, gave up the habit this past July for good. I have not touched a cigarette since July. Well, other than holding one for a coworker while I don't even remember what he was doing, but got me to hold it for him. I was like, whatever. Okay. But I started smoking when I was 11. You know, I could have just taken that dare and not touched them. But no, it got me addicted to it. But if one of my children started smoking when they were 11, I could tell them, like, this is going to ruin your life, blah, blah, blah. But I can't tell them to stop. Like, can't punish them for it because I did it. I can warn them, tell them about the dangers of it and saying, look, you're going to ruin your life. But at the same time, it's like, can't punish them for it because I did it myself. Same with drinking and drugs. I started that when I was 16. And in no way at all am I going to say that it's right. But at the same time, I can't punish anybody for it. I think that makes sense. Does that make sense? Comment below and let me know if that makes sense or not. It's like, do as I say, not as I do. Honestly, I'd rather see people vaping than smoking. Number one thing that turns me off about females is if they smoke. They could be the hottest looking girl or woman ever, like beautiful figure and everything, but as soon as they light up a cigarette, forget it. Not my type. As far as dating, anyway. I mean, still be friends with somebody that smokes or drinks or smokes pot or whatever. But I wouldn't date them. It's the number one thing. They have to be clean, sober, and no smoking for me to date them. Mostly because I don't want to get back into those habits. Right? And if I was dating or living with somebody like, that did that constantly on a daily basis, I would feel that I might get back into that habit. So I don't want to be around that. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. See, when I start talking, I start rambling, and most of the time I don't make sense when I talk. But, oh man, this is like really, really itchy. It's really getting to me. Seriously, when is the part, like, I heard that, when it gets to be a certain length, it doesn't itch anymore. When is that? How much longer do I have to wait? It's March, right? So I'm into the 3rd month of growing this beard out. It's still itching. Okay, but anyway. Yeah, So yeah, my biggest pet peeve is people who walk across the street on a red light. Like, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning, no traffic at all, and I would still stand there on a street corner and wait until it tells me to walk. Yeah. Seriously. Why? Because just because, because I've been taught to wait until the light changes before you walk. And that's what I do, and that's what everybody should do, because these laws were put there for a reason. Because you never know when a car is going to come out of nowhere and hit you. And it has happened to me. And that's probably why. You know what? Never thought of it before until now, but that's probably why I do it. Because when I was in grade 4, I stayed after school. I was in detention for something that I did. I can't remember. I was a bad boy in school. But anyway, I left school. My house was right across the street. So I figured, okay, I'll just walk across the street. There was no traffic at all. Left the curb, started walking, boom, got hit by a car. I mean, luckily the guy that was driving the car drove me to the hospital. But still, at the same time, that's probably where all this stems from. And I wait for the light to change before crossing the street, regardless of how heavy or light the traffic is. I'll never run across on a red light. Ever. So if you're with me and you're one of those people that runs across before the light changes, see ya. I'll be standing there on the corner until it changes before I cross. So whoever I'm with and does that, they'll be standing there waiting for me. Or they keep walking. I catch up to them, whatever. But still. That's just the way I am. And that's the way I always will be. So let me know your thoughts on this subject in the comment section, because that's what the comment section is for. And yeah, that's just the way it is. That's the way it always will be. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this vlog, comment on this vlog, share this vlog around with all of your friends, and take it easy.